Well, I got a buddy who's looking to buy a log splitter, and he's a more power kind of guy. So before I went out and before he goes out and buys a $1,200 32-ton log splitter, you know, to pull behind his truck, you know, I figured I'd show him what one of these little electric 15 amp 6-ton splitters will do. I've had this one for going on 10 years, and I mean it's literally split hundreds of trees, large mature trees, like you see here. This happened to be a tulip tree that I had to cut down in my backyard a couple weeks ago. Normally I'd leave it lay for 8 months to a year and let it season before I split it. Since it's laying in my backyard, it's kind of hard to do, so went ahead and chopped it up, and what you're going to see is that this little 6-ton is going to do the trick even on these big logs that are still somewhat green. So I'm going to go ahead and split one and show you how easy it is, even operating you know, with one person. Two obviously makes it so much quicker, but still absolutely manageable. I do it sometimes out here. I do it sometimes in my out in my barn, where I've got a large wooden spindle that this sits on, so that it's obviously at waist height. But out here where I usually stack a lot of my wood, it was just as easy. So we'll fire this thing up and let you see how it works. This piece is probably close to 80 pounds. I'd imagine. Get that out of the way so you can actually see something. And it's always good to put it on. Try and find I'm actually going to try and give this thing one good shot. Try and find where maybe there's a little bit of where your crack is at. So about right there. And this one measures, what, about 20 inches by 20, and it's about 18 inches long. They'll tell you on the, you know, they'll say, oh, you can't do them those large. Sometimes if, you know, you have to, you might have to take a little piece here instead of trying to split it down the middle, but we'll see what happens. Main thing is, when it drops, don't let it hit your foot. Yeah. Splits nice and easy. I mean, if it was a dry piece of wood, it'd split even easier. You can motor through pretty quick. Pretty effortless. They've got one like this at Tractor Supply. It's a 5-ton instead of a 6. It's only like $300. Nice thing about this is you could split wood in an enclosed space. I suppose you could maybe want to. It's not very loud. So two people splitting wood together can have a, you know, nice conversation. You know, obviously, since there's no fumes, being enclosed wherever, out of the elements, I usually split out in my barn if I split in the wintertime, and it's that way it's you know, heated. This thing maybe weighs, I don't know, 60, 70 pounds. Maybe a little heavier. But I mean, it's small enough. You can put it in the trunk of a car, take it anywhere you want. You know, totally manageable. Considering it's not even seasoned and it's still kind of green, I mean, to snap a big log like that in half, you don't need a big, industrial gas-powered one. I mean, the only thing with those is the piston typically will travel time is less, so it'll might take you you might get done a little quicker. Travel time on this is a few seconds, no big deal. And I mean, there you go, the whole log. So when you're done, you basically, it looks like that, and you got, that's just one log, and there's kind of, haven't even finished. I'm about probably maybe 3/4 of the way through. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 more of those that were the same size. But as you can see, overall, I mean, that's doesn't get any easier than that.